scary, I think, for anybody trying to make a change in their life and as far as their career goes.
No, that'll do it. Let's put this down here, that way it's out of your way. I like to put the screws like up on top of the disconnect, and that way they don't get misplaced. And
all right,
cool. So just be careful with that, because that's high. That's 230, 240.
Wow.
Yeah, man. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you this meter, and we're gonna do the same thing we did upstairs. So first we're gonna do is check the amp draw on the compressor and the fan itself.
So what are we checking first?
All right. Matter of fact, let's first check. So you want to put your clamp meter on this thick line here. That's going in. Yep. Boom. Just like such.
And then I'm gonna
sorry. Put that on volts and amps. I have to select. Yep. What that did is that basically shows amps now as well as volts.
So what are we looking for as far as amps? Where do we want it to be?
Okay, so to answer that question, we're going to go ahead and use the nameplate, and not the way a lot, or me myself, I used to think the nameplate was to be used. The actual RL amps on the side here on the nameplate are actually designed sizing of contactors and wire sizing. But from my experience, the compressor actually draws about half of this rating, plus or minus a few amps depending on ambient conditions. Design conditions is probably going to be a little bit more like 3/4, but it's a little colder out today, so as you can see, it's slightly below half. Yeah, and the condenser fan motor is drawing about 1.4, 1.5 amps. If you subtract that from the 9.9 amps, it's about 8.5 amps the compressor is pulling. That's pretty much right on target what I was saying about half of the RLA amps. And yeah, sorry I didn't get to capture the portion where we were doing fan amps and compressor amps as my phone stopped recording on me, so. We want the amperage. This is going to be total amps. That's your compressor and the blower fan that we're reading there, because it's going the whole line coming in.
Wow, okay.
But if we're just reading the compressor, we'll do that next. Okay. But for this, it's more, we're checking for our power factor.
Gotcha.
So we're going to want to do, I'm going to measure quick now, go back to the electrical, get that in the wireless mode. All right. So now, let's go ahead and take the probes, put one on that line and one on the other line, one on each line. Just hold them on there. You don't even have to hold the meter, it can just hang there.
Okay.
Oh, whoops, sorry. When it's hanging, just go, you want to make sure it's closed all the way.
And I'm just hitting one line and the other.
Yep. Alright, so what I'm doing, I captured it, alright. Matter of fact.
So I watched a lot of like Brian Orr. He's amazing on YouTube, man. He breaks things down in so many good ways. And like I watched, he did a good breakdown on the refrigerant cycle and all the basic components in that. And then he broke down every function they have. But I also watched another YouTuber. I believe it's HVAC Life Advice or something like that. He's so good. He broke down. He would have a unit and like a condenser, and either if it was a split or a package, he would sit down and he would literally open it up, and he would just say, okay, this is exactly what it does, think about it like this, and then we'll go to the next part, this is what this does, think about it like this, and he'll give you so many analogies to understand what it's supposed to do in the chain. He doesn't want you to understand all the complicated science yet. He just wants you to know this is how the airflow is working in this system. So am I measuring these two yellow ones?
You're going to measure between the one that's got 4 prongs on it. It should be labeled, have a C on it for common. On the actual capacitor itself, you see that C there?
Oh, see it, yep.
And then you're going to want to measure between that and the blue, and then measure between that and the brown.
Oh, I got to get the blue off too, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha. So this one has a lot more than the one upstairs.
Yeah, this is what they call a dual capacitor. So it's essentially got 2 capacitors built into one. Okay? Wow. So one capacitor is for the compressor, and then the other one's going to be for your condenser fan here. And that yellow, the one that's got the 4 that's labeled C, that's common. So that means that's the common between the 2 capacitance
so we're going to
plates.
Measure between common and blue, correct?
Yes, sir. Oh, whoops. No, on the capacitor itself.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So what do we have? 44.8. Okay, so that should be a 45, so that's legit.
Okay. And then the next one we're checking is
between common and brown, which is going to be for your fan. That's going to be a lower microfarad. 4.9. So I think we're in spec. Have you done any research on different maintenance? Any videos? Watch any videos on that? Or?
So YouTube's a blessing. I think we both know that, right?
Yeah.
I spent the minute he told me that I was going to go out for a job for one day, I was like, okay, cool. For this next 2 weeks, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to watch as much content as I can about just basic components and stuff.
Okay.
I wanted to learn mainly the difference, because I feel like when it comes to service and maintenance, I think when you're trying to diagnose anything, you got to really understand the basic function of almost every part in the system, right?
Yeah. I like to kind of start from the top and work my way down with the coil cleaner first.
Okay.
And then just go all the way, work all the way around with it. It should be good.
We're gonna hook this up like that.
Yep. Yeah, that's kind of like a quick release. Yeah, you got it.
Drill bit, huh?
Yeah. Boom. And then what I like to do as well, see, I had this set up for Goodman style, but you can basically pull this out, pull this whole socket out. Boom. Now put that kind of to where, no, sorry, where it's actually horizontal, because it was set up vertical, where the slits were vertical. You can just insert it where the slits are horizontal.
Like that?
Yeah, but the other way around, yeah. That's locked in. So now it's going to give it a nice wide spread.
Cool. So stay back a little bit and then just spray it down, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you can actually get closer than that.
Okay, cool.
I'd probably get up on it.
Okay.
Perfect. That's good for that side. Now you can just work around, work your way around it.
Alright, looks like.
Yeah, you don't have to go crazy with the coil cleaner because it's pretty strong stuff.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Even being 21, I know it's crazy, but I wish at 18 I would have skipped the community college.
Yeah,
I would have skipped the mechatronics, right? I wish I would have just went straight in and said, okay, let me learn HVAC.
Yeah.
I could have been in high school watching all these videos and learning like I am now, and then came out of high school with my drive as I am right now.
Yeah.
Probably further in at 21, but it is what it is, right?
Late than never.
Right? Yeah.
All right, so if you want to go ahead and grab these here, temperature, that's a temperature clamp, and this is going to be a pressure transducer.
Okay, pressure transducer, temperature clamp.
Yep. So you want to go ahead and hit those buttons, hold them for about 3 seconds till they beep. That's going to power them on. As you can see, you've got there's some caps down here. There's 2 little ports. You pull the caps off of those ports.
Yep.
Yeah, turn it all the way in to that little tab. Keep turning.
It's
all the other way, sorry.
the other way?
Yeah.
Okay.
What that's doing, that's pushing the Schrader core, the pressor, all the way in.
Just keep turning it.
Yep, that should be good.
Okay.
I like to use this here for my outdoor temperature. Put it right on the condenser coil.
That's awesome.
All right, I put a beefy magnet on that.
So that way the air that's getting pulled in is getting
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
Nice.
So we're seeing an outdoor temperature of about 57.
That's nice.
Yep.
You know, just throw that thing on there.
So what I do is I just go to outdoor temperature, and it's important to know the outdoor temperature because this condenser temperature is going to be is related to the outdoor temperature. Let's take a look and see what kind of subcooling this thing calls for. All you can do is look at the data plate here, showing TXV metering. It shows 9 degrees. See it there?
Okay, subcooling 9.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, let's take a look at the tonnage. We can see based off the model number.
Right here.
Yep. So the 4.2 is going to be your tons for that.
4.2.
Yep. So 3.5 ton. Yeah. So let's go ahead and put the one with the blue on the thick line.
Okay, I see. Blue
Yep.
on the thick line. So where at? Just on
Yep.
it?
Right on the. Yep. Exactly.
Blue on the thick line.
Perfect.
And then this goes on the small one.
Yes, sir. That system's
good.
running perfectly.
Awesome.
All right. We're gonna go ahead and capture that.
So far the only thing that seems pretty off is that capacitor, right?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yeah, man. Thanks, Scott, for the video. We definitely
Of course, thank you, man.
excited to see what this day holds for us.
Oh yeah. Hopefully it's all smooth, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully it's all smooth.